this team can't win a championship. They have too many flaws. I mean, their shooting guard, if he weren't starting for them, he probably wouldn't be in the NBA.
That's right.
They have a starting lineup that can't score. But it's sort of the, if you would say, antidote in the sense that they did try to get all the guys Miami got. They didn't get them. They tried to get LeBron and Wade and Bosh. So they said, okay, well, we can't get them. What we'll do is we'll get some depth. We'll build a team. And maybe that will be the antidote. And so that's sort of the test. Now, they lucked, and, the guy becomes the MVP. Rose has this fabulous season and tremendous growth. But that would be the notion. They have size. They have big guys. They have some depth. They have versatility. They don't have other great players, but, sort of like the 04 Pistons, that, maybe you can win with a group as opposed to, the Boston thing of you need 3 stars, and then everyone goes, oh, yeah, we need 3 stars because, Boston got 3 stars. And so, that would, maybe be alternative. Like I said, I didn't think the Bills could win, but as teams keep falling apart, I say, well, maybe who knows?
I mean, just as a side note, because you mentioned the fact that Chicago coveted Dwayne Wade and Chicago coveted LeBron James and coveted Chris Bosh and got none of them. How, I don't understand this, how Pat Riley could not have been named unanimously Executive of the Year baffles me. It utterly baffles me that the Chicago Bulls, 2 guys, got more votes than Riley and 1 guy tied him. Because you watch the Bulls all the time, maybe you have a different explanation as far as that goes.
People don't like Pat Riley.
Well, that's what I said to Wilbon on the air, and he said, oh, don't be ridiculous. It's not personal. It had to be personal.
Of course, it's obvious. There's 2 elements of it being personal. Well, 3 maybe. One is they have not liked Riley. They don't, and it's sort of referenced in the attitude toward those guys. LeBron. It wasn't just LeBron's Decision TV show. It was the celebrating when they got there. And you hear a lot of NBA GMs around during the season going, "Oh, I see they threw their championship parade already."
Yeah.
Because, and so there's that been element. Riley has distanced himself. He's become, a Garbo-esque figure around the league, whereas one time he was, very outgoing and now you hardly ever see him, hardly ever talks to anybody. So there's that element, and then there's a lot of teams that felt they tampered with those guys, that they set it up.
Right.
They talked to him beforehand, and in effect they cheated. There's no proof of that, and there's nothing ever. There's nothing to it as far as the NBA is concerned, but a lot of teams believe it. So, these obviously they're not the smartest guys in the world, because 3 of them at least didn't know that John Paxson is not the Bulls GM and voted for him.
Yeah.
This is not a Mensa group of people voting.
All right, let me go to Miami.